very first time ArtisTree is flooded.
The flood is a story of devastation, a world plunged into chaos through a flood which ravages the world. And this plays a story about 22 young people who make their way across a drowned land.
So now I ask that you all come with me to find this ship.
But what Flood's really about is about the choices we can make as sort of humankind with regards to the future of the planet.
Okay, then just how do you suggest we do it? There seems to be a light behind the gate. If one of us could somehow get across the street, then they could look for the rest of us.
I really like the idea of writing something about what happens when everything is taken away from people or when people are thrown into very extreme situations. So I often write about war. Like a flood is another example of a scenario where all of the stuff that normally kind of accumulates over your life, all of the technology, all of the things that give you your sense of identity, your home, your possessions, when those things are suddenly ripped away from you, who are you?
We've lived badly for too long, and now this flood came as a punishment. It allows the audience to question their own actions and kind of the world and society we live in. And I think the other way that the show is important is it's giving people the opportunity to try a lot of different things. For sure, working in water has been a totally new element.
National Youth Theatre is the world's first youth theatre. They are so well known for nurturing young people for theatre performance as well as technicians, sharing this very same vision at Hong Kong Youth Arts Foundation. This is a perfect collaboration.
Working with the National Youth Theatre has been an absolute pleasure. Obviously they're an incredibly prestigious company from the UK, so we were very, very lucky to get the opportunity to work with them. I think they work in quite a different way. They've brought a lot of new technology, and obviously working in water has been something that's been very unusual to us. So I think they've really challenged Hong Kong Youth Arts Foundation and also the young performers that they've been working with.
So it's a great opportunity to use people as the way the cast move through space, like water sometimes, like trickling in a few at a time and then a great wave of people. So for me, one of my favourite bits of the show is when the cast are really in the water and they're rolling across the stage. They're dripping with water and it's like their body's in water, so it's not one thing. For me, it's a kind of image that I can see a lot in, I can take a lot from that. The way the cast are moving is a kind of embodiment of the values and the central interest of the play, I guess.
The idea for the set was to sort of serve a really demanding text in that it's a sort of massive, epic poem about these people that go on a sort of massive journey. And we decided quite early on that the best way to do that was in a sort of abstract setting. We knew we had the sort of elements we wanted to explore. We wanted to look at the idea of water, create the idea of the flood. And then we also knew we wanted some sort of structure because we have like 22 participants. And then finally we thought that projection would be really helpful to give like a really sort of epic quality because the story has that.
I'm trying to add another dimension to the mood. So I'm giving it a bit more depth, I'm giving it a bit more focus. So sometimes we wanted the object to be a ship, sometimes we wanted it to be rocks, sometimes we wanted it to be the lighthouse, sometimes it could be a more abstracted space. And what I'm always trying to do is be a little bit more detailed in locating where we want the audience to imagine we are at any given time in that narrative storyline.
And the rain is just to sort of help us, because so early on in the piece there's like a massive thunderstorm and everybody is wet pretty much throughout the whole piece. The rain is there as a sort of catalyst for that journey.
So we walked across the water, we floated on the waves, and we, who had suffered so much, had finally been saved.
And whether we had caused all this, or whether it was fate,
when we knew we reached the far side of the gate.
Rory's amazing script is so poetical and beautiful, and I think because of its poetry form, it encapsulates these sort of beautiful ideas in sort of 2 or 3 lines.
I think
I was quite influenced by stuff like the ancient Greeks and the Bible and a lot of the kind of the choric narration and the big speeches in Shakespeare.
The plains were sodden, and the desert stank.
To rhyme things, to have crucial words sound like to sort of resolve musically is a way in which you can ensure that the audience is listening to it and that the rhythm of it is something that's driving the play along. So I think it was kind of those reasons for choosing this big style.
Who's never freaking rave?
I think all the material you see has come from them.
我覺得一齊合作好緊要啦，因為好似 Jo 同呢個話齋嘅，我哋今次呢個係一個 ensemble 嘅演出，而唔係只一個 solo 好突出咁樣，而係要大家一齊融入一齊啦。我哋做咗好多 exercise 去令到即係大家同大家熟啲啦 ，close 啲啦。
The material having grown from the group that creates that sense of ensemble and gives a sense of ownership and embodiment. Because they've created it themselves, they can kind of embody that in a strong way.
You had a dream, Nat? Oh, wow. Oh, well done you. Because I've had dreams. And I'm sure some others too amongst the people here have had some dreams.
學識咗點可以同其他人合作咯，同一班即係有好多唔同自己嘅主見嘅人一齊喺度合作去go through 一個 creative 嘅 process， 跟住就可以整到一個 piece of theatre 出嚟咁樣，即係我覺得幾特別咯。
Couldn't stand another day of greed, excess, crime, and debauchery. So it decided it was time to wipe the slate clean. You think so?
即係我哋人類對呢個地球所做嘅破壞，亦都俾我哋反思一下，究竟會唔會因為我哋而影響咗成個地球嘅環境啊
I didn't want to write a play where I preach to the audience, this is what we need to do, because I don't know the answers, I'm not an expert on that kind of thing. And I didn't want to have an easy takeaway. I just wanted to ask some questions. I think what it does do well is demonstrate complexity. You can have lots of voices, lots of different points of views, and show how difficult and strange and complicated the world can be, and hope that the audience keeps looking for an answer.
I kind of think that Minnie might be right. That there's a reason all of us tonight came here, to this light.
其中一個 theme 就係話 unity 咧，即係團結啦。即係雖然你可能有好多唔同嘅即係自己嘅諗法，但係其實遇到一個即係咁大型嘅一個災難嘅話，其實我哋人類都係需要一齊合作先可以生存到嘅咯。
We knew that love would change us.
We knew that love would die.
But that would never take from us the urge to try.
And hopefully, be it adults or young people watching the show, they can get this message so strongly. The young people in Hong Kong are really so talented, and as parents, as teachers, we should support, from the bottom of our heart and with 2,000%, if they want to pursue anything in arts.
Swire Properties is an amazing supporter to YAF and also to the arts community of Hong Kong. I mean, not only have they created this fantastic venue, which we've had the privilege to work in on a number of occasions, but they also fund projects, and they have a great belief and a great trust in the Youth Arts Foundation, which I am incredibly grateful for.
I think, this will be a lifetime memory for the whole cast.